Huh. What's happening, Puff? I'll be back to you if JD ain't had enough. Yeah? Jermaine Dupree, king of the pedophiles, if you ask me, baby.
Allegations about Jermaine Dupree being a pedo are surfacing online after he filed the lawsuit against Sony for $18 million. He didn't realize that he was broke until after Clive Davis passed away. He had no problem with serving Clive. He felt like he was working for John Gotti, never questioned no money. But now that Clive is gone, he's doing the research and he don't realize that he's owed over $18 million in unpaid royalties from music from Mariah Carey, Usher, Criss Cross, The Brat. It's looking like he never gonna be able to get that money, but he's trying. Before they give him that money, he might end up in jail like Diddy or worse.
Like, can you give us an example? You got a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, I mean, like, you know, as far as like, I'm a 100% writer, right? So, like, say for instance, like Criss Cross' first album, or Criss Cross all of the album, I wrote. But the first album, I wrote everything on the album and produced everything on the album. So therefore, you know, that's 100%. I like, therefore, I get 100% of every piece of the pie that's coming when it's publishing, right? So that's what I'm saying. So soon as Criss Cross sold 2 million, it was $1 million at my door.
$1 million from the.
But they sold 2 million. They sold 2 million records in like 2 weeks.
From publishing, just from publishing, it was $1 million.
Yeah, it was $1 million already. Like it's like they say it's in the pipe. They call it, like, you know what I mean? It's in the pipeline. So once you start selling records like that, the money, the people, everybody know the money is there. Right? So then people just start showing up like, yo, I give you know what I mean? If you let's do 50% of your publishing, we give you $1 million advance, That's what advances start, because they can see the money. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and by the way, this is just what I'm saying. You make me want 100%, nice and slow, 100%.
So, okay, I mean, everybody that you wrote for and produced for wasn't on your label, but the people that was on your label, if you own the label and you're getting the masters, and then you write the music and you get in the publishing, and then you produce the music, so you're getting all the money.
You don't get all the money. But
what else is there to get?
I mean, but by the way, you get a significant amount of money.
A large,
but you
the lion's share.
You get a significant amount of money. You don't get all the money. But I'm saying at the same time, you know what's funny with me is that when I be hearing people talk about contracts and this, that, and the third, the contract states what you get. You know what I'm saying? The contract don't state you're going to get jerked. The contract states exactly what you get. That's why you're supposed to give your contract to somebody and let them look over it, and then you give that contract back to the person that you're talking to, and it's supposed to say what you want from that person.
Well, what's your thoughts on that? Because I always feel like, for the most part, there's no such thing as a bad deal.
I wanted to show y'all that because back in the day, he was talking about how he wasn't jerking people, even though people said that he was. Come to find out, he been getting jerked this whole time. They owe him millions of dollars. It's looking like he never got paid. All of the money and cars and stuff that he did have, that was borrowed. They loaned it to him. As long as he ain't asked no questions, he can get a rental, he can have a shrimp dinner, a steak dinner on the company's behalf. But as far as him having his own money, that's something that he may have never done in his whole entire career. He got to go to court just to put his money in his pocket. Clive Davis made a lot of people feel comfortable. Now Jermaine Dupree is very uncomfortable at the fact that he never made no money in the entertainment business. And the money that he thought was his money, come to find out, it really wasn't even his money, y'all. Allegedly. That's what it's looking like as far as these reports go. And it's only gonna get worse as time goes on. It's a possibility that he might be sitting in jail before the trial is completely over with, because there's allegations coming out. He recently tried to come out and defend his name, but that's gonna be hard to do when the AI get a hold of you.
And producing their first album and being 100% writer. The comments in this about this is crazy. I seen people saying I took advantage of the Chris's. I seen people saying I finessed them. I seen people calling me a predator. Man, I seen people say you should blame the parents for letting me do what I did to the Chris's. And the shit just keeps going on and on and on, right? I need all of you niggas that's saying all of this shit to come to the front of the congregation right now. Come down here, sit. We gonna unpack this right now. So just so y'all clear, I want y'all to hear me really, really good. It was a time in Atlanta when young kids didn't want to rap. It was a time in Atlanta when young kids didn't even have an idea that they could become rappers. It was a time in Atlanta when a young producer went to a mall and met two kids that weren't even a group. They was just two kids. I saw them and I said, yo, what y'all do? And the two kids told me nothing. And I keep saying two kids because I want y'all to understand, they was just two kids. They had no idea that they was a group. I decided y'all should be a group. They had never been to the studio. They had never had a thought to be a group. They never wanted to be a group. They weren't running around Atlanta with a demo tape trying to shop it. They was just in the mall being cool kids. And I'm sure in the world that we live in right now, it's hard for y'all to even imagine that this is what life was. But this is what life was in Atlanta. These two kids that told me they did nothing went from meeting me at Greenbrier Mall, telling me they did nothing, to becoming millionaires before their 15th and 16th birthday.
What was he doing in Greenbrier Mall looking for little boys? What was that all about? Usually people hit up the mall to see where the ladies at. He scoped them little boys and they were so fly, he looked them up and looked them down, spit that game, put them in the studio, put them pants on backwards. I'm over here trying to figure out how that make any sense whatsoever. Dupree's attorney detailed a long pattern of unpaid royalties, including $960,000 in unpaid producer royalties for Escapists humming, coming at you, hum, 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 all in your face, and ain't nobody get paid. And over $1 million for the Brats Funktified. I didn't think that song made $15,000. Come to find out, he's owed $1 million for Funktified. He put out a whole lot of hits. He should have paid them people that money, because this might be karma. And I'm not saying that people didn't get paid what they were supposed to get paid, but he taking 100% of everything, and come to find out he wasn't getting 100% of anything.
Rough House signs Crisscross. Now, Rough House signs Crisscross. Crisscross is not signed to Jermaine Dupree's production company or Jermaine Dupree's record company, because Jermaine Dupree don't have no record company. Jermaine Dupree is a nobody. So it's no So Def, and they're not signed to So Def Productions. I get these guys a record deal with Rough House Records, and you know how much money I got from that record deal? Nothing. So Crisscross got paid before I even saw a dime. For anybody out there asking how much money did they make, they got paid in advance as artists, whatever their artist deal was. I don't even know what their deal was. I wasn't part of it. They got an artist deal. They got signed to a record company. They got paid. This was prior to me making any money off these guys. We go in the studio, we start writing, we do what we do. I make Jump, send Jump to Rough House, boom, everybody go crazy, put the song out. The song goes, I think, gold in a week. It was platinum the second week. It was double platinum in the third week or some shit like that. Crisscross started doing shows everywhere. Doing shows everywhere. They blowing up, the box is going crazy. Crisscross, they start selling merchandise. And Criss Cross started making $1 million to damn near $2 million a week in just merchandise. You know how much money I got from that? Nothing. I still ain't got paid. Mind you, just listen, I still ain't got paid. The record's out, it's doing good. I'm feeling good because I know I got a hit. You know what I mean? The record's #1, but I ain't got no money like that. I'm not making that type of money. They doing shows. They're doing shows every day, every whatever. I ain't getting no show money. They get bigger, they keep getting bigger, blah, blah, blah. You get more shows, they go on tour, they making more money, merchandise, they doing all kind of things. I'm not making nothing from any of that. So y'all, to the people out there that was in the back, y'all come to the front. You ask how much money did Criss Cross actually make? I just told you they was making what I got, the little check I got from EMI. They was making that a week in merchandise. Are y'all paying attention? Are you hearing me? Y'all telling me that I took advantage of them because somebody came and gave me a $1 million check. $1 million. But I finessed them. And I did everything. And I did all of this shit with 2 niggas, little niggas, that told me they didn't do nothing. And they became millionaires before their 15th and 16th birthday. But I finessed them.
Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. Jermaine Dupree, I don't know if you ever gonna get that money. He about to put up a good fight. But the same way his boy sued that liquor company, that same bottle he holding, Diddy sued that same company. And look where he at now. He should have just left it alone. You just gonna have to take the L, brother. Now is not the time to be trying to recoup none of that because they probably don't even have it to give. Music not selling no more, he missed out. That ChatGPT gonna have you in jail, man. He just now finding out that he wasn't getting paid right. Diddy was never the CEO or nothing. Clive Davis owned everything. At least they had Clive to call. Now he not alive no more. What they gonna do? They can't rely on each other because they ain't really got no power like that. Because if they really had power, they wouldn't be in a situation to where one is in jail and one is looking for the money. I'm pretty sure Diddy is owed billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. And that 18 million that they found out about, what about the money they didn't find out about? The music is done. Ain't no point having no turntables when you got a laptop. Cut that out. Everybody faking and fronting, knowing that this music is doo-doo. Can't make $1 off of it no more. If you ain't selling jewelry, then you ain't making no money.